If you can make a consumer smile, you've tapped into an important human emotion and completely engaged them. So this week, we're going to be looking at a brand that does just that. It's that cheeky little upstart from the world of soft drinks, Good Shit Cola. I hadn't actually seen the brand before, as it's not yet made it over to the UK. In fact, one of my LinkedIn connections had sent it over to me, along with the note, "You're going to love this." It made me smile enough to want to look it up online, and in doing so, instantly highlighted an issue. Sure, it's fun, but what is it, and why do I need it? It does actually have a fascinating backstory. It's the world's first pre- and probiotic soda. In layman's terms, that means every can contains a third of your daily fibre and up to 1 billion probiotics. So the glaringly big issue is that none of this is available on pack for the consumer. Not everyone's going to take the time to look you up, so if you've got something unique to say, you may have missed your opportunity. If you're creating a new sector, you can make your own rules, but never forget the fundamentals. The consumer needs to know why to buy you and what you offer. A consumer will decide emotionally and then justify logically. It's a very odd and somewhat brave move for any new cola onto the market to present the brand on a purely white pack. You only need to look at the world of Pepsi or Coca-Cola to see that this space is often dominated by brands and products with a bright and vibrant colour palette. Even when some of the multiples and copycat brands move into the space, they tend to adopt the category signal of bright red in order to cue cola. Now, when I say brave, that's exactly what it is. The white pack strips back all the information from both the brand and the product benefit point of view, and heroes a rather naive and simplistic illustration that we can only presume is meant to illustrate or allude towards the gut. All of those wonderful functional benefits of the brand are missing on the pack. You would have thought that this would be a key point of difference and reason to believe for the consumer. Launching a carbonate that has a positive health benefit would instantly set you apart from some of the competition. The brand seems to rely purely on humour in order to gauge interest and excitement from the consumer. Maybe that's to encourage you to pick it up and explore it a bit further. But all of that wonderful information is only evident once the consumer gets on the website and starts digging into the brand, not on the pack. And who's going to do that in store? I think they're missing a trick here. Humour is a fantastic vehicle from which to convey your brand message, as it taps into a key emotional human need. It's also a great way to present fairly functional and dry messaging in an easy to absorb and memorable way. A humorous pack catches your attention and immediately creates a positive, light-hearted association with whatever the product is. When it's done right, humour can help brands stand out on a crowded shelf and form an emotional bond with shoppers. We're seeing even more brands add witty messaging and visual puns to their packaging today. Ben & Jerry's integrate puns and naming strategies that align with their fun, light-hearted brand. And we've all seen the wonderful irreverence in the tone of voice on innocent smoothies, for example. Magic Spoon cereals are another one. They play into millennials' nostalgia by reimagining sugary kids' cereals in more healthy, hilarious versions aimed purely at adults. These trends show that as consumers become more overwhelmed with choices, humour gives brands a way to connect emotionally, help differentiate offerings, and provide memorable ways to connect and create strong brand recall. However, humour in packaging needs to align with the overall brand tone and meet certain consumer preferences. It shouldn't feel childish or overdone, especially when it comes to functional products. The packaging still needs to communicate product benefits clearly. As we've discussed before, consumers want that logical justification too. So whilst designing humorous packaging starts with emotion, it should still support the functional messaging in a thoughtful way. Looking ahead, I expect more brands across food and beverage and personal care categories to integrate humour and personality into the packaging as consumer demands for emotional connections grow. Products with only clinical functional packaging will have a hard time competing. But the brands using wit and humour need to stay sharp. Great packaging humour requires creativity and cultural awareness to resonate and avoid falling flat. Brands need to remember that shoppers make emotional split-second decisions about what products to buy, but also want logical justification. The packaging has mere seconds to catch the consumer's eye, so making them smile or eliciting some type of positive emotional response is key. But you also need to communicate quickly what makes your product better and differentiate it from competitors. This is where clearly highlighting the unique benefits like special ingredients, health advantages, or origins come in. Consumers decide emotionally if your product looks appealing and connects with them, but they justify the purchase logically by needing to understand what it is that makes it worth the price and better than all the other alternatives out there. Make them laugh by all means, but don't forget, tell them what you do. Well, that's it. That's a wrap, as they say. I hope you found it informative. If it adds value, then please do subscribe. I'm Al, owner and creative director of Slice Design. You can follow me on my LinkedIn page, which is linkedin.com/in/Alan Gilbody, or you can follow us on our company website, which is slicedesign.co.uk. So until next time, have a fantastic week and keep well.